Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I'm going to give you my first impressions of using the Galaxy S10 after an entire week. So let's begin. Now the Galaxy S10, in terms of build quality, I really have to give Samsung an A+. They have done a fantastic job in terms of build quality on the S10. Now in comparison to the iPhone 10 and the newer iPhones, you don't have stainless steel on the sides. The entire band is aluminum, so obviously it's not going to be feeling as super premium or as rigid as the newer iPhones, but however, without stainless steel, it really does help with weight reduction. The S10 and the S10 Plus are extremely light in the hand. They are way lighter than the iPhone 10 or even the iPhone 8, so that makes a huge difference. Also, despite the screen being really large, the entire device does fit in the hand. It's not too broad, it's not too huge. So overall, I'm liking the entire build and construction of the device. I haven't had any issues with it. There haven't been any imperfections with the glass, the way it meets the aluminum sides. I haven't had any issues with that. So overall, in terms of build quality, Samsung has really done a good job. Now coming to that beautiful display. Now as everyone knows, Samsung does make the best displays in the smartphone industry. Despite Apple's iPhones using Samsung manufactured displays, they are nothing in front of the displays of the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus and now the brand new Note 10. Samsung's displays are just absolutely amazing. The display on this S10 is at 6.1 inches. It's a dynamic AMOLED display and HDR10 compliant. So all of that basically means you're going to have a fantastic viewing experience. Your media consumption experience, your gaming experience on these higher resolution displays is absolutely fantastic. And that is one of the main reasons I still always prefer to go with a Samsung device. It's just because of that beautiful display. Now, in terms of software options, you do have the screen mode, either to vivid or natural. I'm someone who really loves very bright poppy colors and overall a very saturated display, so I mostly prefer using the vivid mode. If you're someone who likes a bit toned down natural colors, you can get down to natural. You also have the option to play with the white balance of the display. Next, coming to screen resolution, out of the box you do get it with 1080p. Now this is default in order to preserve battery life, but I use the phone every day, all day at 1440p, and I barely have an issue with battery life. I just love the crispness of the display, and this display it gets really bright. Goes all the way up to 1200 nits. So in terms of viewing this display outdoors, there's absolutely never going to be an issue. This display is absolutely bright. You can easily view it outdoors, and overall it's just a fantastic viewing experience of this display. So in terms of the display, Samsung is king. Now moving to software, we are running Android Pie 9 and we are currently on One UI version 1.1. Now I know that Samsung isn't going to be the best when it comes to pushing out software updates, but that's fine with me. Overall, One UI has been really working pretty well for me. I haven't had any huge bugs or slowdowns or crashes. People do always say that if you buy that Samsung phone, you will notice slowdowns very quickly within a few months, but I've barely noticed anything on it. I've been even editing 4K videos on it, and it barely puts out a sweat. You can throw any of the latest games, any of the latest apps on it, and the Galaxy S10 will easily handle those apps, no issues at all. So overall, there's basically no slowdown with One UI. Things open nice and quick. This device has 8 GB of RAM, so multitasking is not an issue at all. Now in terms of coming to specification, this is the Exynos variant, and I have heard that you do get slightly better performance and battery life on the Snapdragon variant, but I haven't been able to confirm that since I do not have them side by side. But overall, battery life on the Exynos variant of the S10 for me has been actually exceptional. It's been doing pretty well for me. I'm able to get through the entire day without worrying about the phone dying on me. I usually don't even charge it to 100%. I just charge it about 80 and start my day, and by the end of the day I am down to about 20 to 25%. And even if you're running low on battery, you do have Samsung's power saving modes right here. so you can get all of your these power saving modes really do extend battery life, and have used them before. So in terms of battery life, I hardly feel you have anything to worry about. The 3400 milliamp hour battery on the S10 can easily get you throughout the day, no matter what you're doing. Now, also in terms of charging speed, it does support fast wireless charging and fast wired charging, so you have no issues right there. You also have the amazing wireless power share. So this feature, yeah, it's nice to show around, but practical usage, it's not going to be that practical, because it does drain quite a lot of battery if you're trying to wirelessly power share with another device. But it does work extremely well if you have the Samsung Buds or the Galaxy smartwatch. Overall, now in terms of the software again, you do get a few settings which kind of make the experience slightly better. Things like the video enhancer mode, so if you open up YouTube, you do see that the screen brightens slight a bit. If you open the camera, the screen brightens slight a bit. So overall, you don't quite have to continuously be playing with the screen brightness. That's one thing I really enjoy on the S10. Now, the punch hole at the top hasn't quite interrupted a lot. It's all the way on the top, and even while watching videos on YouTube, you barely notice the hole punch. So overall, I really don't quite care about the hole punch. It does quite create a nice design, so I do prefer it. I have no complaints with the hole punch. So overall, I have had a very positive experience with the S10 within the entire week. Now coming to the camera on the S10, 3 lenses. So you've got the regular lens at 12 megapixels, the wide lens at 12 megapixels, and that beautiful ultra wide at 16 megapixels. So overall, the camera experience in the S10 has been really great. I have had a lot of fun playing around with the telephoto and the ultra wide lens, especially with the ultra wide lens. I've got some really nice shots with the ultra wide lens. Now in terms of video as well, Samsung has got the super steady mode, and that's really nice. But the thing, if you're recording video with super steady mode, and especially if you like to record video at 4K at 60 FPS, you cannot do that with super steady mode. The phone doesn't give you a notification, but for example, if you have your settings set to record video at 1440p, that's 4K at 60, and if you click super steady mode, the phone actually records the video in 1080p, not in 4K. But without super steady on, you can record in 4K. But the only issue I have noticed while recording video in 4K is that you don't quite have a really good image stabilization at all. So you do get the occasional bumps and movements while you're walking. But overall, in terms of video quality and photo quality, the S10 has been absolutely fantastic, especially when it comes to low light. Nowhere near the Pixel, but it's pretty respectable. Have a look for yourself. So guys, and finally coming to that in-display fingerprint sensor. So the S10, it's got the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and after that recent update from Samsung, it has been working extremely well. I haven't had any issues with it. So overall, out of 10, I could give it about an 8, because sometimes, yes, it does miss. For example, I can't quite reproduce it on video, but some of the times it does miss. Most of the time you do get in. So overall, it's been a really pleasant experience. And face unlock, that isn't quite secure as well, so I wouldn't recommend using that. The best and most protected option is going to be that in-display fingerprint sensor. Now overall, in terms of call quality and speakers, the S10 has a stereo sound, but it just got that one speaker at the bottom, which is quite easy to cover up when you're holding the phone in landscape mode, especially while watching videos or playing games. So that's a slight minor complaint I do have, but overall I have really enjoyed my experience with the S10 for over a week. I have really it's really pretty much blown me away, especially with this beautiful display and all of the bells and whistles the S10 has to offer. So overall, Samsung done a really great job, and I will release another full review for the S10 coming up really soon. You just need a little bit more time with the device, so do stay tuned for that. And if you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts, do leave them in the comment section below. And if you did like this video, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.